Okay.
Okay, thanks. Ellen, are you all set? Gail, can you tell us? Oh, wait, it looks like she's connecting to audio now. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm here. It took me a really long time to connect tonight. It kicked me off a couple times.
Well, we're so very glad you're here. Are you all set for me to start the meeting, or?
Yeah, I'm just looking for where I printed the agenda, but I can mute you guys so you won't hear my printing in the background. Thanks.
Okay, and just so you know, everyone is here. So.
Oh, great. Good.
Yeah, so that makes it easier. Okay, so this is Rebecca Nash. It's 7:04 p.m. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Ellen is taking roll call. We are all here. And Gail, do we have any citizens' comments?
No. Just
Oh, yeah.
addition to the agenda. I'd like to add the meeting schedule under new business.
Okay, and I think everyone got that as an email.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so as far as approval of last meeting's minutes from October 19th, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Okay, so Carol moved. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Was that Ralph?
It was.
Okay, thank you. All right, so any discussion or corrections or comments? Okay, so all in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, motion or the minutes were approved, and that was very impressive how everyone took turns saying their ayes. Okay, so Gail, any correspondence?
None.
Okay, well that made that really easy. Carol, you're up. Treasurer's report, please.
Okay, it's the usual. I mean, we're finally back to the usual.
You just got muted again, so there you go.
Right. There were bills paid this month of $994.40, but they, again, we're back to it wasn't taken from our account by the town, so it doesn't show, and therefore those will be taken with next month. So there are no expenditures showing. Aside from that, in the old balances, it's just it doesn't show those expenditures.
Okay, any questions for Carol on the report? Brian, do you have a question, or it looked like you lit up for a second, but I'm going to assume that there are no questions on that. So we'll accept the report, subject to audit, and thank you very much for getting that together. Gail, your report.
Okay, well, I have a little bit of good news. We received notice about a donation left to the library from a former Gales Ferry resident who had been a regular patron and was very involved with the development of Gales Ferry Library in the early 70s. In fact, I believe her husband had been the engineer who did the drawings, the building. Martha Perry left $2,000 to the library, and I suggest that we add this to the funds being held by the Bell Library Association. We don't have it yet. It has to go through the whole probate process. But I believe once it's done, we'll get a check in the mail. I recently
got the funds of the library commission that they're holding, like the gifts and
yes,
as opposed to the building funds they're holding.
Correct. I recently completed the annual report for the library for fiscal year 2020, and you should have a copy in your packets. The library had an active year up until the pandemic hit, and the closure in March did impact the overall statistics. However, as the report shows, the library quickly adapted to the situation with increased digital resources and virtual programming. I also completed the state report for last fiscal year and submitted it on time to the state library. The state report contains statistics on circulation, collections, and budgets. These reports are made available on the state library website and are a useful tool to see how our library compares with other libraries of similar size in the state. You heard from Mary about the Friends silent auction. The baskets really are wonderful, and the committee did a good job putting them together, receiving several donations from the community. The bidding will continue until November 21st. If you're looking for some unique gifts for the holiday, I encourage you to stop in and take a look. Under building news, work has begun on the installation of the HVAC system at the library. The contractors are currently doing the setup work in the basement, which has not impacted services upstairs. Actually, they have now moved upstairs this week. On the telephone system, Connecticut Communications provided me with some options for a phone system for Gales Ferry Library. The option that will work best for our situation will cost $3,569. It includes expansion possibilities with voice mailboxes, intercom, and the features we need to communicate with staff throughout the building. Also included are 3 digital phones and 1 cordless phone, and the system is on the state bid contract. After I sent out my report, I received another quote from another vendor that we met with for comparison. And interestingly enough, his quote came in at $1,000 less. It is a slightly less robust system, but in talking with Sean and recognizing what the other system contained, this second quote will more than meet our needs for the library. The first system has expansion capability for 900 lines. We will never have 900 lines. This second quote will expand even more than we need at 100 lines. So Sean followed up and asked the second contractor a lot of questions, and he felt very comfortable with the second quote. Now, Public Works is going through the same situation we are. Their phone system is crashed, and they've been trying to get the town to, as an emergency, put in a new phone system for them, and they've been dragging their feet. What they're trying to do is, if I understand it correctly, they're trying to connect them through Town Hall, and it involves putting some kind of a device on the cell tower to make it work. And Steve is frustrated because they can't live without their phones. He's actually looking at this same phone system for the second quote that I had received. He said that would work perfect at Public Works. They have 4 phones like we're looking for, and one line. When Sean mentioned that to me, I said, do you think if they were to do both systems together, we could get a discount? And he said he would definitely keep that in mind if that were the case. I doubt we're going to be able to get it in this year. I think it will have to go into the budget process to, you know, to get it. Just seeing what Steve's going through right now, getting one for Public Works, I don't think they would agree to do anything for us now. Under COVID news, I learned at our bi-weekly Lion meeting that North Haven Library closed down due to COVID-related concerns. Schools in North Haven all went to distance learning, and there was a fear they would be overwhelmed with students looking for a place to work. At the same time, Ledyard also went to distance learning, and we did not see a noticeable increase of students coming in the building. I was asked that by Human Resources, and we're definitely not up to capacity of what we had before the pandemic. So it really hasn't been an issue for us. In West Haven, the city hall closed, and the library may be next due to the uptick in cases. And I've been seeing on the listserv, several libraries have made a decision to close and go back to doing curbside service. Brookfield today announced that they were closing, I believe, New Milford, and there were 2 or 3 others who are closing. I'm hoping not to have to do that. I did find out from Human Resources what the town's policy is for staff who may be exposed to or test positive for the virus. I also got the policy for out-of-state travel to an at-risk state. Legislate has issued guidelines for municipal employees, which is what Ledyard follows. In the case of contracting or being exposed to the virus, a 14-day quarantine is mandatory, for which employees can use sick time. They must have a negative test result before returning to work. Out-of-state travel to a high-risk state also requires a negative test or a 14-day quarantine, and they must report the travel on the state website. As it turned out, we went to New Hampshire over Veterans Day, and I had taken off Thursday and Friday. Unfortunately, New Hampshire went on the state red list. So I spent the day today working at home. I was able to get a test, and I'm hoping to get the result back fairly quickly and be able to go back to work in the building. In the meantime, I'm working at home. And budget, it's time to start thinking about the fiscal year 2022 budget. I'll be working on a proposal over the next few weeks for your approval in December, and I welcome your thoughts and feedback. Staffing continues to be in need at both libraries. And that is my report. And I followed it with the annual report, which you can all read at your leisure.
Great. Thank you, Gail. Does anyone have any questions for Gail, either about her report or the annual report?
This is Beth. Is there something that, of course now Kat's knew something, hold on. If anybody else has a question right now, go for it.
Did the annual report go out already? Was it already published?
I haven't sent it to town hall.
Aaron Tolles' last name is spelled wrong.
Who's this?
Aaron Tolles, the person who received the high school scholarship. I think her name is spelled wrong.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I took that off for a letter.
T-O-L-L-E-S.
I will check that.
Rebecca would know too.
Yeah, sorry, I have to admit I didn't read it, but yeah, it should be T-O-L-L-E-S. I didn't know she got the scholarship. That's great.
Yeah, that's wonderful, right? Like someone we actually like know well and think she's wonderful.
Exactly.
While we're proofreading then, In the box that says the library creates young readers and fosters success in school, I'm not sure why there are those parentheses, those apostrophes in there.
Oh, after Foster's?
Yeah, young readers, that's just the plural of reader, right?
Right,
Oh,
that
yeah,
shouldn't
you're
be
right.
possessive. That should just be plural.
And the second apostrophe shouldn't be there, you're correct.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, both those apostrophes need to come out.
Well,
Okay.
when the young readers success, isn't that there? Does that,
Well, it depends.
doesn't matter to me.
Young readers, people, plural.
Right. That's how I see
Yeah.
it.
Young readers success, but maybe, and then fosters is a funny word in there then.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Readers plural and fosters works as a verb.
No, I don't think you need either apostrophe.
Right, that's my feeling.
When we get a chance, can I go back to my question?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if you remembered what it was.
Yeah. Were you able to, Gail, were you able to ask anybody about getting the telephone system in combination with Public Works? I mean, were you, either of you guys together were able to talk to anybody in the town?
I did not get the second quote until I got back from New Hampshire. So I actually got it this morning. So I was waiting for that before I spoke to anybody other than Sean. And when I spoke with Steve last week, and because I knew he was,
John Bolduc, he's
Oh.
trying to get on the Zoom meeting.
oh,
Oops, hadn't realized he got bumped off.
hold on, John's trying to get in.
Oh, I thought John was here. I marked everybody present.
He was here. He must have gotten kicked off.
Yeah, I was. Maybe he got kicked off when I came on because it wasn't letting me in for quite a while.
Okay, he's coming on now. Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Gail.
Yep, bye.
All set?
Yep.
Okay. It's a good thing I recognize the name. I wasn't going to pick up the phone. Oops.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry, Beth. I did speak with Steve earlier last week because Sean had told me they were looking at a system, and he was the one that told me that he was going to Regina and getting very frustrated because he wasn't getting anywhere. I didn't even start with Regina because I wanted to get the second quote before I did anything.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry, we didn't realize you got bumped out.
Okay. You couldn't hear me before. I had to disconnect. Sorry. Thank you. I'm back.
So does that mean that you and I forgot his name already.
Sean?
Steve.
Will talk together to Regina?
Well, I told Sean to keep in mind, and he knows that we need the phone system as much as they do, that I would like to go in with him. Steve's idea is to go directly to the mayor if he doesn't get anywhere with Regina, because he's getting so frustrated. And that's why I told Sean to keep me in the loop. Would we get a discount? I don't know. They might take $100 to $200 off. Who knows? But it might be worth asking if they do them both together.
Well, I mean, I was thinking more of if you tag teamed, would it possibly get done before next year?
Well, that's the other question. You know, would they spring for it this year? I don't know. That's an if as well. They might make us wait and get it in July, which is what I'm thinking will happen. I mean, obviously, we're not talking a lot of money. It's what, a little over $5,000 for both systems, which is not much at all, but I don't know how they would look at it.
I think it's important too that the fact that they're also asking the town to pay for it, so it's not unreasonable for the library to ask the town to pay for it versus, you know, pulling it out of another, you know, fund or something. So hopefully you can remind them that you're effectively saving them $2,000 because you found the cheaper bid as well.
Right, yeah. Yep.
John, when you said that we couldn't hear you, that makes me think you might have had a question. Is that
No,
accurate?
I just wanted to let you know I was gone and I'm back, so we're okay.
I thought you were just, it's funny, sometimes you can't tell if it's, you know, two screens of images or not, and I didn't realize that you disappeared, so sorry about that. But if there are no more questions for Gail, we can move on to committee reports, which would be the Friends.
The only thing I have to report for the Friends is that the Books and More sale is in progress. And so please stop in at either Bill or Gail or both to see what's there and place your bids. It's a silent auction. And it's obviously, we're not doing an in-person thing because too many people would be there. So the Friends decided to do it this way, and they got a lot of donations very quickly. I was amazed at how fast they got the donations. Lots of baskets and other good things to bid on.
I put it on my Facebook, and immediately I had about $180 in cash donations and 3 or 4 baskets of people who followed up with Linda.
Oh, that's
So that was easy. That was great. Yeah.
That's great.
Not everybody who said that they would make a basket did, but I saw a couple of them in there, so that was good.
Perfect. That's my report. Nothing else to
Okay.
report.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for the annual report, Gail. And you guys did a whole lot of good things this year.
Thank you.
Yeah, under really hard circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ditto that indeed. Does the meeting schedule come under old business or new business?
New.
Okay, so is there any old business? It looks like no. Okay, so moving on to new business, we have the meeting schedule. Do we need a motion to approve it?
We typically do have a motion just to make it legitimate.
Okay, could I get a, okay, was that you, John?
Yes.
Okay, anyone want to second that? I think that was Carol.
Yes, Carol. Yep.
Okay. Is there any discussion? I know, I think it was Beth caught an error, but which I think has been corrected. Is that?
It has been.
Okay. So any other discussion, or do you want to, is everyone in approval of the meeting schedule? Say aye.
Rebecca, before you do that, the January and February meetings are the 4th Monday?
Yes.
Second, I think the second, no. 4th Monday, that's right. To get a habitat.
Okay, yeah, good.
Because
good
of the
catch.
holidays, we do it on the 4th Monday.
Okay.
Right? That's the days.
Any other questions? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, the meeting schedule motion passes unanimously. And now we all have to buy 2022 calendars. So. Is there any other new business that I'm overlooking? Okay, with that in mind, our next meeting will be Monday, December 14th. And if I could get a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting.
motion.
Beth,
That was, Beth made the motion, then I think John seconded, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Didn't think I'd get any objections. All right, so the meeting is adjourned, and I thank everyone for being here. It was nice to have everyone at the meeting, and I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and keep staying safe and, you know, all that good stuff.
To you too.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night. Stay well.
Bye.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
bye.